10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Round one on the streets of Long Beach, top 16. Let's make some noise. We have a packed house here at the streets of Long Beach. This is where we kick off round one and the 2026 Formula Drift Pro Championship. It begins here. We have 7 more rounds and it ends here. It begins in Long Beach and ends in Long Beach. In between, we make our way through 6 destinations. But this is officially the home of Formula Drift. So much so that we've erected a statue celebrating the Formula Drift Hall of Famers. Most recently, Daijiro Yoshihara, a veteran of the sport, retired a few years ago, hung up his helmet in the drifting world or competing in Formula Drift. But this is stop 1 of the 8-stop championship, and these are the stops beginning here today. We move on to Road Atlanta for a pro and a pro spec round. Within the 8 rounds, we have 4 pro spec rounds. We move on to Orlando at the end of May. We go to Stafford, Connecticut, Stafford Motor Speedway, June 18th through the 20th. Then we go to Indianapolis Raceway Park for a new stop on this journey. The end of July going into August, Monroe, Washington, just north of Seattle. A great track, great fans, Evergreen Speedway in August. Then we go to Sin City, 702 for a pro and pro spec round, the end of September, 24th through 26th. And we finish it here for a newly designed track. We debuted it last year after the House of Drift, Irwindale Speedway. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. We have just a few more moments before we move on to our first battle, but this is how we whittled down to 32 to 16. You can see that 1 blank spot open, and that's going to be filled by either Connor Shanahan, the other Shanahan bro, or Kenshiro Gushi after some deliberation of our competition committee.
Yeah, it's, we just get to experience it again. That's what I'm focusing on is, a crazy battle and a kind of a redemption for both drivers. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
Shanahan was leading, and it's all cut and dry. It's good competition up until outside zone 6. Watch this transition. Gushi dives in, Shanahan transitions. Can't go anywhere, right?
Yeah.
So what I thought was Gushi impeding definitely was, but also Shanahan had a 10-minute allotment because Ken Gushi was at fault. But unfortunately rolling away, boom, an arm broke.
Yeah.
So a lower arm broke, so he's out. The emotion's getting the best of him. The judges initially said, hey, let's go lead versus lead. Ken, you run without Connor in tow, we'll go lead versus lead. After doing that, during the halftime break, they discussed multiple different options. They said, all right, let's see them go run in the entirety.
Right, yeah, and I mean, if you're going to go lead versus lead and those leads are similar and you don't have the chase available to it, then that defaults to it one more time at that point anyway. So, yeah, here we are. I mean, when you've got that comparable, that's where we're at, and we get to go through and experience this battle one more time and, clear up the top 32 finally and move on to top 16.
Some of his heroes, so it's really cool to see that. So Hiroya Manoa and Frederick Osbo, and here we are pulling to the line for, again, our final battle of 32 to forge our 16. So right now it is Connor Shanahan versus Kenshiro Gushi. Connor Shanahan, he had some time to fix the vehicle. Again, that arm broke. Now they have a little bit more time, a lot more time, excuse me. And this will dictate who moves on to 16. So again, re-racking them, tracking them, and stacking them. Hopefully they don't stack them. Connor Shanahan in that Red Bull, Juku Racing 86, Nigerian Racing. Kenshiro Gushi in the chase position, goes into that 3rd outside zone, under the bridge, 3 and 4, and the outside zone 5, brings it all the way out there. Ken Gushi definitely gonna hold back there. That's where they had the issue earlier on their first run, and now getting smoked out around that final inside zone.
Yeah, great run from both drivers. I love to see making the smart choice there. And look at Connor Shanahan, gets that car lit off super early, finds how it wants to break traction and make sure that everything is feeling good, and it looks good. It looks fantastic. Right here, look at Ken. Gets caught out just a bit, but the way that he was able to mimic what Connor Shanahan was doing was actually fantastic. And yeah, just gives them that little bit of rope before they go into 6. You don't want to make the same mistake twice, that's for sure. But everything looking really tidy here for both drivers. They've got to be on their best behavior. It's like, you got sent to the detention office, and then now now you know you got to be good at lunchtime.
Got to be tight.
Yeah. But no, this is great to see. It's so tough too. You got to remember they don't get any practice between top 32 and top 16. We don't talk about it enough.
The track changes the surface. You know, like earlier in the day, it's cooler and colder, and then it gets hot, and where the tire rubber is at gets slicker. And also, you know, I remember years ago when they paved it, they changed the asphalt to the concrete. You could see where it goes black to gray. That's a different kind of slickness and different kind of granular surface area. So it's very interesting. Here we go now. Kenshiro Gushi out front. Shanahan in the chase position. Oh man, Shanahan drops into formation. Gushi, perfect execution. Bringing it close to the wall, doesn't tap it. He does tap that outside zone 4 into the big outside zone. Shanahan dives in on the inside, being maybe too aggressive. Now transitions in that final inside zone. Gushi overshoots it quite a bit. I have a feeling we might go to that BC Racing side-by-side.
I think so, yeah.
I think it's justified after looking at both those runs.
Definitely a sparring match between the battles, not a clear-cut winner. Some are cleaning up in some spots. I think Ken definitely taking a wider line, which means that inside zone is not going to be one that he collects cleanly. But look at Connor Shanahan, very calculated, almost supersedes Ken through that section. And I think Ken backed off just a touch before coming through 6. But yeah, unfortunately with that wide line.
I like when they get out of the car and converse.
So do I.
Even if it's heated.
Yeah.
Like honestly, you know, and here we go. Slide him left for Shanahan, right for Gushi. No overhead, throws it right in. Connor Shanahan gets the victory, and Connor advances on after another battle. Again, this wasn't decided earlier. Irish driver here, James the Machine Deane, notably going against Diego Higa. And Diego, I got to tell you, just his car setup, his attitude, everything. Diego is back here in Formula Drift on American soil. James Deane will lead in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Pennzoil Mustang RTR. Look at that, swing for that thing. Identical initiations. Look at that, just that next level, that just notch in the belt. A little further for James Deane. Doesn't get all the way out to 5, but has a fluid line. Diego jumps in on the inside for that final. Oh, contact right there.
Most of this run is really solid from him. I would like to see him in a little bit closer, especially now they're in the top 16, especially chasing down James Deane. And I think he felt the same thing too. He wanted to get back into that pocket and makes a dive a little bit late. James Deane in the lead, looking really solid, having to catch that left foot brake to get that car to go wide. That car is gripped up. It's got a lot of pace in it, and James is a master of being able to hold back the pony. And now that they swap things around, I think Higa does have a good pace in it, but it's pretty clear to me that James got a bit more speed. So James is going to have to hold back against Diego Higa. But, I mean, yeah, we'll see. We'll get Higa back on the line here, hopefully.
Is he running back, or is he running for the pits? Heading for the hills?
I don't know if I saw him whip back around.
Formulate a plan of attack on how he can attack the competition here at Formula Drift. Build his car, get it prepped. He just seems very zen-like compared to previous years. All right, Higa, the lights extinguish, and away he goes. Here goes Higa. He's out front. James Deane, look at the posturing, just straight to it with Diego transitioning in front of him. James Deane, very uncharacteristic, doesn't get all the way out to that 3rd outside zone, going into the 5th. Good proximity by James Deane, but look at the car grip up. James Deane, major mistake. James Deane cuts the line very short. What happened to James on the 3rd and the 2 final outside zones? Very uncharacteristic of, that was not machine-esque. I feel like that's something Ryan Sager say, machine-esque.
It's an interesting tactic, whether it's a tactic or not, but what Higa was basically doing was trying to out-angle James Deane in order to beat him. I mean, you're not going to outrun him, right? There's no way you're outrunning that horse. But to try and out-angle him at a lot of zones, as long as Higa's keeping the momentum through the run, and as long as he's making it a run that's not unchaseable, it's fine. So the question is, the mistakes that James had in the chase, does that, you know, how does that amount to what happened with Higa in the chase? So that's what the judges are going to be looking at. They're also going to be looking at the lead runs, right? Look at how much lock Higa's got in I mean, 1 and 5 in particular. He is completely on the lock stops. It's interesting. It's a very interesting tactic.
Well, I mean, as far as tactic goes, I think it's just, that was unlike James. I felt like he was fighting the car. The car was straightening out here and there. And look at this, the 5-time and defending champion is taken down in the 16. Diego Higa is back. Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
First time FD grade 8, and to take down James the Machine Deane. You could just, I mean, you could just see the tears, man. Awesome. Here we go again. Now we are looking at Ryan Tuerck and Brandon Sorensen. Ryan Tuerck, he's been on it. Brandon Sorensen has been very aggressive. I feel like he's been at 11. He might need to dial it down, but not against Tuerck. As Tuerck backs in that bumper. Look at that. Chef's kiss, not once, but twice on the wall. A hard hit to outside zone 5. He tries to fight back. A big hit to that outside zone 5. He nailed 3 and 4.
Let's take a look at it again. Tuerck off the line, looks really good. Snaps it to initiation real quick. Inside clip, or inside zone, looking really good. And then Tuerck adding a little bit more angle, going for that party flare at the walls. And right here, you can see it. He tries to add some angle at the last minute, but it's just a bit too late. Now, Brandon
had a mistake, it seemed like independently as well.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Sorry,
sir.
dude.
No,
I was just like, I didn't even watch that.
I know. I was trying to keep up with it too. So let's take a look at Brandon on this one. I'm wondering if he bailed out because he knew Tuerck. Now,
I don't think so.
Well, we talked about precedent. There's been incidents previous where a lead car has led a chase car into an unfavorable position. If I remember correctly, I was Michael Essa in Irwindale numerous years ago where this happened as well. So we might have to see how this plays out. Now, that being said, the rule book has been massively updated since then, but it's not something that has never happened before. Sorry for the double negative.
8 stops, so find yourself at one of them if you're a big Tuerck fan. Get there some way somehow. Brandon Sorensen, United States Air Force BMW out front, throws it in, and now into the outside zone 3. Gets all the way out there. Ryan Tuerck, he knows he needs to apply the pressure, maybe force an issue as Brandon definitely shallows up on 5 going into those last 2. Brandon, well done. Tuerck a little wide around that final inside zone.
7 obviously sliding really deep into 5, even out into 4. There's some spots, like if you watch Tuerck here, he gets the transition done and then the car just floats away from him. He's trying to get back into the pocket with Brandon, but it's just floating away. So to me, Tuerck is expecting that car to grab and it's just not doing it for him.
Do we have a victor who's moving on to the grade 8 and slide him left or slide him right one more time, and one more time they're going at it again. And that is a collective, and like I said, both of them just really tighten it up.
Yeah.
Tighten it up, man. Put a bow on it. Now he's saying it's Hobson's time to shine. I like what Penn said. He's like, we'll give it to you this time, James, in qualifying. Here we go. Connor Shanahan and Simon Olsen. Shanahan just got a little turn and burn there against Gushi, taking him out after that final battle. And again, Ireland versus Norway, getting deep, both of them. Shanahan hung it out really nicely. Simon adapting really well. Shanahan smooching that outside zone 5, and now into those last zones, diving in. No real standout.
Yeah, it's one of those no-note situations. It's just solid. It's just solid drifting. I mean, good proximity all the way through. Good line for everybody. Both drivers doing exactly what they need to do. It is. I mean, it's we're so jaded now by incredible driving that a run like this 5 years ago, everybody be losing their minds. But this is just day-to-day drifting now for FD in 2026. Yeah, Connor's just he's got this lead line completely dialed. And for Simon, his chase game has stepped up so much. He's not making very large adjustments, right? He's not jarring back and forth. Maybe a slight bit too late on that transition, but all of his adjustments are very small. They're minute. It's very friendly up here, but there'll be some smack talk once this is all done.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and again, like coming in, you know, seeing everybody at Type S Night Lights presented by Pennzoil. Everybody's like, yeah. Now it's like, oh, it's on, baby. It's on. Simon Olsen throws it in, that beautiful looking Supra into that 3rd outside zone. Very smooth. I love that. Just look at that, minimal to no corrections. And Shanahan right in that smoky pocket. Yes, sir. Don't burn your mouth, because that is a hot pocket there. As Shanahan gets nuzzled up
Oh man, I mean, well, let me tell you about a Norwegian and an Irishman who came to Long Beach. And this is a great story for sure. Simon very confident now. They have unlocked this car. They've unlocked his confidence. This is very close to what he was like back in the Bakshi's camp, and his driving is just incredible. Look, I mean, he's on the left foot brake, but he's not jarring the car around. There's not big pivots. He's using it like a proper tool. He's not using it like a hammer. But Connor Shanahan cannot be shook at any point. He's there. He's in the pocket. He's got great proximity. It's going to be a tough call for the judges, and both these drivers did such an exceptional job.
Remember, we have that one more time. Okay, Connor gets 2 votes, and Shanahan gets the victory. Shanahan will move on and go against Higa. He's got snap-on tools working on that thing. Hopefully they threw some snap-on tools on it there before he went back out here for the one more time against Brandon high-flying Sorensen. Sorensen, here we go. As Ryan Tuerck initiates into the judge's view. There he goes, keeps it off the wall, very close. Nice, steering way clear of it. I mean, about a foot, no problem. Oh, look at Brandon, dives in on the inside. That was sick though. That was absolutely on it. That was what I was seeing earlier from Brandon in qualifying going into today, but just, again, dialing it back. Both of them kind of turned it down to about 9.
Yeah, and it looks really, really good on him. There's not going to be much left of Sorensen's car by the time we're done. I was watching bits and bobs flying off at every point. Like right after here, you see something flying. There's some contact, though. Brandon Sorensen actually nudges Ryan Tuerck a little bit deeper into outside zone 5. A little bit of, hey, I want this to be heads up. This is where you need to go. Man,
that was bonkers.
That was bonkers.
That could have gone south real quick.
Yeah, and good on both of them for not flopping and just staying in it, putting the go pedal down, and just a heads up driver's battle. You can see parts of Sorensen's car flying off in the background. Even through here, watch, it looks like someone flies up at the camera at one point. I mean, he's pushing harder, and Tuerck has dialed it back, so this next run could be something very interesting.
All right, clear to send. Here comes Brandon Sorensen, the United States Air Force BMW. Ryan Tuerck. You can see, look at, I mean, just the body parts are all, like you said, just all over the place. Brandon gets out to outside zone 3. Tuerck, you can see him give himself a little bit of room there. Brandon Sorensen comes in hot to those final 2 zones. And there goes Tuerck dropping into formation. Like I said, Brandon, he's driving it like not a rental, like a demolition derby car.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon, it's at this point, you know the team can fix it. Oh, there was a bit of contact there too. Ryan Tuerck looked like he might have front wheel on front wheel with Brandon. Didn't catch that on the first run. But yeah, this is scrappy. This is a fun battle between these two, and whoever Brandon's body repairman is, he deserves a raise after this round. This is gonna be a tough go for both the judges. We get our side by side here. You can see, I mean, it's pretty back and forth when it comes to these zones. Maybe a bit of an advantage, Brandon, especially when it comes to the zones. Man, the mimic and proximity is pretty close, although, yeah, Tuerck's a bit down on that. I mean, the stats are telling a story, that's for sure. It's, yeah, it's just wild. Just wild.
This is the last official full-time Formula Drift season. There's 1 vote for Brandon. 2 votes for Brandon, and Brandon Sorensen gets the victory over Ryan Tuerck. A one more time battle has now turned the way. Well, Cole Richards versus Colton Zone. Talking about Ryan Litteral from the Inland Empire. Here we go, Cole Richards. Welcome to Formula Drift Pro, making the jump from pro spec to pro. Yeah. Absolutely in synchronicity there, coming into that 3rd outside zone. Litteral, you saw a correction. Whoa. As Cole comes up shallow now. Cole Richards into that outside zone 5. Look at Litteral. I feel he's like, yo, what up, homeboy? I'm right here. I ain't going nowhere. I'm in your dreams.
Freddy Krueger.
Right?
This replay is going to tell us a lot here. So Cole off the initiation looks good, and man, the mimicry there from Litteral looks great. But he's got to basically back out for a minute, and then Cole catches the wall, but transitions a bit early, and he isn't able to extend all the way out to 4. 5 looks great, and there's where Ryan Litteral really wants to put the punctuation on this run. So, I mean, to me, they both had mistakes early in the run, but they both cleaned it up by the end of the run. It will come down to this second one. There's nothing really definitive here. Cole having just a little bit of a rookie mistake, not pushing the car all the way out to 4. But yeah, Litteral, I love how aggressive he is. This is the Ryan Litteral I remember. Yeah, I mean, if you go back to his Pro 2 days, he was one of the most aggressive drivers that was on grid. He was feared by a lot of guys because he would just mess your door up the whole way around.
Yeah, he would just bang away and just bang-a-ring and bang away. Here is the second half of this battle. Now, Ryan Litteral will lead, Cole Richards giving chase. And this is where a real veteran will show, as we are about to scratch and sniff our way into outside zone 3. Let's see if he scratches or sniffs. Outside zone 4. Look at the transition by Litteral. But Cole's right there. Cole Richards, he's got good proximity. Now let's see how he dives in and transitions. See, that's that right there. That takes time.
Yeah.
That transition coming off of this blazing sweeping outside zone 5 and then to quickly transition and drop into formation or the pocket, very difficult move. And Cole Richards saw that up close and personal, so let's take a look at it again.
Yeah, and the other factor is Cole's probably never dealt with the amount of smoke that Ryan Litteral's putting off. Even in Pro Spec, you're not going to get this much blindness through a lot of the run, but Ryan Litteral also has an issue through 4 where he just over-rotates. He isn't able to push the car all the way out to 5. Cole does a pretty good job of adapting and then gets lost in the smoke a little bit before 6, and then coming through that inside clip, it gets center punch pretty hard. So there's both drivers have some work to do. Yeah, Litteral really punches that zone, and I think this lead is going to come back to haunt him a bit. I like how aggressive Cole is, actually pushing Litteral pretty wide, but then gets completely buried in the smoke. And yeah, has to cut a lot of line to come through. So that's one of the biggest parts that people forget about. Once you get into pro, you're dealing with a level of smoke you've never had to deal with before.
All right, let's go to the judges. Slide them left for Cole Richards or right for Ryan Litteral, and Cole Richards gets the victory.
Wow.
Over Ryan Litteral. So look at that, Cole Richards gets the win. Legends and giants of the sport, just with this, you know, again, a different generation of drivers. As we move on, Jack Shanahan and Jeff Jones. Jack Shanahan in the BMW, that PSR. BMW comes into that third outside zone. Digging it, baby. Yeah. Well done. As Jeff Jones dives in the inside. He's got the proximity. There he goes. You saw him drop in, put that back end parallel with the BMW. Jones, well done. You saw him drop in, and again, you could see Jeff has that power. He said he made some changes from last season to this, and it's apparent.
Yeah, Jeff looks like a new driver in a new car. He's so much more confident in the way that he's driving. And look at Jack Shanahan, though, out front, throwing a little bit more angle on to get out to the wall. Comes up just a hair short on 4, but absolutely buries it in 5. And there's Jeff, just throwing it to the door. Jack Shanahan, he's tapping, he's knocking, he wants in the whole time. Yeah, Jeff's chase game looks so much better. Just it's putting it together. Everybody that's come out so far has looked very stable. I don't know what's changed this offseason, but normally you see some hesitation, and we're just not seeing that.
I think he's at peace, like doing Hot Pit Auto Fest, giving back to the drift community of our O'Reilly Auto Parts Top 16. Lights on either side of the gantry, and once they extinguish, we are good to go. And away they go. Going through the chicane to make sure they got good proximity into that first outside zone. There it is. And then inside zone, outside zone 3, all the way to the wall. Outside zone 4 under the bridge. Jeff Jones picks the boxes. Outside zone 5, look at that. Dragging bumper. And then into zone 6 and 7.
I'm just immediately going down, like breaking zone by zone. Who did what? Who did better? And it's really, really tough. Yep. Jeff Jones looks great on initiation. Looks great to the first inside zone. Second, everything is looking really, really good on Jeff Jones. Now, through 5, I was worried. I thought he was going to absolutely bin it in the wall. He does come up a little bit short through 6 and through zone 7.
How we doing out there at Long Beach? Make some noise for all of our drivers. Let them know. Let them hear you around the world. O'Reilly Auto Parts Top 16, Jones or Shanahan. Looks like Jack Shanahan gets 1 vote, 2 votes, and 3 votes. Jack Shanahan gets the victory over Jeff Jones. There's Jeff. Look at that. Congratulate him here on that right-hand drive BMW. So Jack gets the win and advances on. Definitely a competitor in the championship, has been a bridesmaid, never a bride, second place multiple times in the championship, and he wants to get it done. He's changed chassis, like you said, Genesis, he was in S chassis over the years, and now here he is in a Subaru BRZ, and Ben Hobson, very familiar, very intimate with the Ford Mustang, and like you said, a testimonial to the RTR Mustangs. They need some, some getting used to, but once you harness that Bucking Bronco or the Ford Mustang, it's still a Ford product, you know you got a pony. And the racehorse is off. Ben Hobson transitions under the bridge. Look at Odie Boxes. He goes a little bit deeper. Hobson, great angle. You can see the posture, the poise of Ben Hobson. That Pennzoil Mustang RTR knocks over that last inside zone. Again, watch Odie in the chase. He's even more aggressive.
Yeah, Odie's really taking it to Ben throughout this entire run. I like how aggressive Ben is throughout this whole thing. Can see that left foot brake dragging. But look, I think there was a bit of contact there on transition. I think Odie got caught up a little bit on the rear end of Ben Hobson's car and may have held Ben up in transition. So, I mean, Odie wants to be aggressive. Ben is going to be fast. We might be able to see it here. And let's take a look. Does Odie hold up Ben through transition? Oh, it's close. It is real close. So this is where we get some interesting information. We might be able to go back. I don't want to come to anything definitive on the first run. It may come back on the second one, but off first glance, it does look like there was a little bit of contact. Now, it may have been minimal, it may have just been body parts, but there's definitely them very close to each other. Let's see here.
Splitting some Hobson hairs.
Yeah, it's going to be... Oh, there is. And look at, there's a pause in rotation from Ben. He's still on throttle. His wheels want to go that way. I think that is just like front back
just
bar.
a little impeding, just a little ribbing.
Impeding. Just like the guy that steps out a little too far in the grocery market, you got to go around him.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Oh, dude, that's like...
I know.
It's like stubbing your toe.
Flat tire. You just step on the back of the wheel.
Stub your little toe on your like your bed frame.
And the little delay.
Bro.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, it's like paper cuts. Here we go. Odie Boxes out front. Ben Hobson in the chase position. Odie Boxes, field suspension, BRZ. Tapping the wall. Ben Hobson gets thrown off quite a bit. Now going to that fifth outside zone. Ben Hobson loops it.
Oh, no.
That's going to be huge. Got lost in the spot. Dude, how is Odie's BRZ the smokiest dang thing out there? Man, those GT radials pumping smoke out there, looking like Halloween right now. Spooky nights, black and orange from 5 to 6.
Yeah, I want to see where this all went down, because we're getting lost in the smoke in a lot of these with some crazy scenarios. Odie looking very stable. Ben now hunting him down. Yeah, I think Ben might have caught just a little bit of wall there, and that might have been what shook him up, and then he tries to go out of 5, and he's overshooting at that point. So one of those series of unfortunate events for Ben Hobson. We'll take another look here. So Odie's looking good through that zone. Everything looks good there. Does Ben catch the wall? No, but he transitions a bit too early, it seems. And then while trying to pick up the speed, you can see his hands, those white gloves, big indicator of what he's doing behind the wheel. And he tries to correct it out, but I mean, those cars have an absurd amount of angle, but not enough to catch it.
Mistake of Odie tapping, but Ben Hobson making a major mistake, and there it is. Great effort by Hobson, but just looping it there in the chase position. Hobson, I feel like, got a little lost in the smoke. So heading down to steady brewing. Here we go. Chris Forsberg will lead the Destin Industries Nissan Z, and Dylan Hughes, that 2J BMW. Forsberg, woo, drags that bumper, throws it in, transitions into outside zone 4 into the bridge. Dylan Hughes, looks like Forsberg comes up a little bit short. Dylan Hughes does keep his composure, and now Forsberg brings around that final outside zone, shoots it over with the DA wreath flying. Got some dope Drift Alliance gear. It's back, baby, Drift Alliance. But now it's back.
And so is Chris Forsberg on this lead run. First couple of zones are looking good, going a little bit wide. I do think the track conditions are changing just a bit, and you can see Chris catching the wall there. Dylan does a good job of adapting and having to fall back, but Chris not able to make it all the way out to 5. But through 6, the transition looks good as he comes around the cone at 7. And there's Dylan Hughes once again, trying to put that big punctuation point at the end of the run, making sure the judges know he was close all the way through. And we are getting real close through there. So yeah, it looked like Chris Forsberg did catch the wall. Dylan might have made just a little rubbing contact. Nothing crazy, just a little swapping of paint. Dylan trying to put a little purple on the side of the white. And yeah, they get through the rest of the run. Rubbin's racing.
Dylan Hughes leading that. Royal Purple, O'Reilly Auto Parts, GT Radial, BMW. Chris the Force Forsberg, the Destin Industries all-new Z. Transitioning under the bridge goes Dylan Hughes. Forsberg taking a tighter line. Dylan, massive angle there. That allows Forsberg to tuck in. Forsberg with good proximity transitioning now. Let's see if he dives in on the inside, and he does. Almost some contact there around that final inside zone.
So they're very, very friendly with each other and driven with each other a ton. But yeah, Dylan really hanging things out. I love the way that he's getting through all these zones and how stable he is through a lot of it. And then coming through out towards 5, you can see Dylan having to extend that drift. He is fighting to get that car to extend all the way out, but I would say he was able to fill it a little bit better than Forsberg did, but Chris is all over his door all the way through, and Chris's chase is just a bit cleaner. You know, he's not banging into it. He's not making a ton of contact. He's doing a real good job of making sure that he's in the pocket without overcommitting at any point in time. So good job there from Chris. Very veteran driving, not overcommitting and putting himself in danger, but also making sure that he's in the conversation the whole way through.
You can see the Wally Mohawk, the digital Mohawk on top of the cars. That is how the vehicles are being tracked utilizing the Race Data Labs Universal Drift Scoring Method, the UDSM, being utilized in qualifying as well as giving us some data. Vehicles giving you actual numbers. So here we go. Slide him left for Forsberg, right forward. Dylan Hughes gets the win. Dylan Hughes gets the win unanimously over Chris the Force Forsberg and his Destin Industries. Coming to Formula Drift, look at the overall winning percentage, 72%.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, Frederick Osbo, 76%, but he's been here multiple years, so it's staggering, the stats. Hiroya Manoa out front, and Juco Racing, Jerry Yang Racing, 86. Now comes underneath into that outside zone 3 and 4. Perfect execution, flawless. As you said, no notes, Jacob, into outside zone 5. Hiroya puts it and sticks it right there in that outside zone and then moving to the inside, but Freddie was right there.
Yeah, Freddie was.
That was like, he was just blending right in. It wasn't a major issue because he was just so steady Freddie in that chase position.
Steady Freddie, I like it. Hiro Manoa, he is collecting all the zones like it's an Easter egg hunt. He's got this completely dialed. Everything looks so smooth and effortless for him. Even that correction there, that was a correction. You could barely tell. That little touch of left foot brake to get the car to sink backwards, phenomenal. It's so well done. And he's able to make these adjustments before he even really needs to.
Yeah.
So it never looks like he's panicking. He sees the line he's on. He almost predicts it and is able to get the car to come back. And then here, I mean, with Frederick Osbo, I mean, he's doing a phenomenal run of just staying in the pocket the entire time. He's got the proximity, he's got everything he needs to put this all together, and Manoa has given him such a great lead for him to be able to chase down. And now we swap it out, and I'm expecting big things out of Freddie, and like usual, I'm expecting Manoa to be there the whole time.
Let's see Hiroya Manoa out front. Or excuse me, Frederick Osbo out front now. Hiroya Manoa in the chase position. Freddie, you know, he notoriously, I remember Matt Field and him, that nose came across that Corvette and took him out. So the way he navigated properly against Hiroya, but watch now Manoa in that chase. There's Freddie tapping that back wing, goes to outside zone 4, brings it into 5, and this is where he's going to flex that muscle. Again, you have that B52 motor that, again, that the Papadakis camp has absolutely developed, and then Hiroya with the VR motor. So, I mean, just the development and the progression is just insane of these vehicles.
And we still get driving like this where they're this close the entire way through. So a quick little touch there to get Freddie all the way out, adds a touch more angle. Manoa, I mean, I was actually expecting him to be a little bit closer through a lot of it. It looks like he's kind of playing some catch up through a lot of the zones, especially when we get this top down view. It really gives you an idea of exactly what's going on. So, I mean, Manoa's chase by almost any regard is a phenomenal chase, but to his high standards of driving, this may not be his best one.
Right.
Yeah, just normally he's all over the doors. His transitions are super fast, but in this one it seems like he's just a little bit off pace. And yeah, Freddie's lead is super good.
All right, taking a look. So the stats right here on the right-hand side are their lead runs. That's percentage of filling those respective zones.
Yeah.
The 7 zones there, so again, 2 of them being inner zones. So you can see the percentage, the numbers. You can see Frederick Osbo in that outside zone 1, or inside zone 1. That's right before they come into the eyes of the judges. But you can see the numbers there. And, you know, the judges aren't beholden to that. That is just an aid to show you the proper line, as that is a criteria in qualifying, and then how it plays a role in there is, are they placing the car in the right place in order for the chase car to utilize that lead car's moving clipping point? And here we go. Frederick Osbo gets the win, and Frederick Osbo takes the win overall. Diego Higa, Connor Shanahan, our first battle of our Great 8, but the 8 is shaped. Diego Higa versus Connor Shanahan. This is definitely going to be a fun one, and Connor battered, bruised. Diego Higa, like I said, just seems like a Brazilian boxer right now. He is feeling the flow, and Connor Shanahan is as well. As Shanahan goes into that third outside zone, look at Shanahan. Diego tucks in. There it is, Shanahan and Higa. Now going to those final 2 zones. Look at the posturing of Shanahan. Diego surges forward, gets to the side of him.
He managed to pull it all together, and Connor Shanahan out front. This is, I feel like we could overlay his runs and you wouldn't be able to tell which battle it's from, because it's just the same thing over and over again. His repeatability is unlike anybody else today. And Higa does a good job. He doesn't get too aggressive. I mean, when you've got the same chassis, you get battles like this, which is phenomenal. But yeah, Higa gets on the throttle at the perfect moment to be able to sink back in that last outside zone. It's great drifting to watch. And as I've said before, it's phenomenal that we get to live in a time where this is the level of driving that we're getting to see, not even in the finals, you know, in the Grade 8. And yeah, kudos to both these young drivers. Man, the future is bright, to say the least.
We're going to be going to steady brewing, so steady Eddie, steady Freddie. We might be there, cranking some brews, jamming some tunes. Diego Higa out front, Connor Shanahan chasing him down. Brazil versus Ireland, both in the 86 chassis. All the way out there goes Higa. Higa hanging it out into that 5th outside zone. Look at the proximity of Shanahan. Almost exceeding, but just finds him right in the pocket. Bravo. Well done. Yeah. Well done by both drivers. Higa, like I said, just it looked like he was always fighting it.
He's in that flow state for sure. I mean, he's driving so well and so controlled all the way through. Connor does a great job through transitions. We know this. This is kind of what he's been known for. And look at the proximity coming out of 5. It looks so dialed in. But yeah, Higa, I mean, they're mirror images of each other's runs. I would say Higa maybe had a little bit more proximity through 7, but there was definitely a lot more for Connor Shanahan coming through 5. So this is just phenomenal. This entire event is just going so far and above any of my expectations, but holy, it really is just the icing on the cake.
And here we go, slide him left, slide him right, and Connor Shanahan.
Fair enough.
That's where we're at. So, what rising stars? Cole Richards, welcome to Formula Drift Pro competition, going against Brandon Sorensen. Watch Brandon. I feel like he has nothing to lose. The car is banged up, but Cole Richards has everything to prove, and he's putting it down. The Richards Racing 86 all the way out to zone 5. Brandon tucks in. We saw great execution earlier on that transition into those last and final zones. Bingo bongo, well done by Richards and Sorensen.
This is the point where we have to get into the nitty-gritty of the judging in order to even differentiate the 2 runs. Cole's doing such a great job. It's impressive. I can't think of a time where a rookie coming out of pro spec has come in and been this good. We've seen people come from overseas. We've seen drivers that have driven for a long time, but it's been a long time since someone has moved up and driven like this. But yeah, Cole's getting it done. I mean, he could have been maybe a foot deeper into zone 5, and that's basically it. And Brandon's all over him. I mean, Brandon is giving him the highest respect, which is staying on his door all the way through. That's a lot of confidence. I'm sure, you know, Brandon's spotter's in his ear, letting him know, like, hey.
Killing it in side-by-sides and karting. I mean, they're constantly racing. So here goes Brandon Sorensen out front of the United States Air Force BMW. Rips into that first outside zone, inside zone 1, and Brandon goes out there. Cole Richards, look at Cole and Brandon. Look at that back bumper fender overhang The shrapnel just kicking off the back of it. Cole Richards not affected by it at all. Dude.
What? Why?
Amazing. So good.
These are finals level battles. They are.
So good.
Any other year, this is the finals that you're seeing right now.
The composure and to have that kind of holding back is the reservation is really commendable.
The maturity, really the maturity, because Cole Richards right there could have lost the entire battle and does a great job of still battling back and to get in there. And you can see Brandon working the car. I love how he preloads the suspension before he comes through 6. I mean, listen, drivers with white gloves, please keep doing it because it makes my job easy. You can really tell what they're up to. You can see how they're...
All right, let's score them. Who is moving on? It looks like Cole Richards gets 1 vote, 2 votes. Cole Richards! And it was not unanimous. If you like the cars going sideways, cool. But then you can focus on the engineering of the cars, the development of the cars, the progression. And here we go. Speaking of progression, let's progress in with Jack Shanahan, that PSR BMW, Odi Bakshi's field suspension, BRZ, Odi Bakshi's. You see him follow him in. That was a really good technique and very brazen of Odi Bakshi's to follow him into outside zone 3. He got into that pocket, and that allowed him to time the transition into outside zone 4. You saw him get in that smoke pocket,
yeah,
and he went deep. I want to see the overhead. Oh, this is going to be good. Watch how deep he follows him into 3.
Oh, it's crazy. And Jack really pushes really far out. Yeah, but Odi uses that timing to scoot in on the inside. It's not something we've really seen happen today. It's I don't know if it was a technique. I don't know if it was on purpose, but man, did it ever work out for him. Yeah, it was pretty nuts. What I like too is how long Jack holds in 5, because it sets him up really well for 6. He's able to come all the way around, and we'll see here. So Odi gets caught on there, but he uses that little delay to get back in the pocket. Look how long Jack is in 5. He's still coming through it. And what that means is that he can kind of back it into 6, and then through 7 he's set up perfectly. So
and keep in mind, like, yes, Jack is a veteran. He's a very talented driver, but this is only the 2nd time he has drifted here at round 1. So here goes Odi Bakshi's, that field suspension, Subaru BRZ, Subi mods. Wow, nice snappy transition. Jack Shanahan doesn't care. Absolutely. Look at this. The Honey Badger comes in. He absolutely does not care. The Irish Honey Badger, man. Wow.
I mean, these track conditions are changing so rapidly as the sun is starting to set. We're getting some shadows in a few spots, and that is going to make a massive difference. Even the shadows going into 4, that will make a massive, massive difference to these drivers. So both of them are able to adapt, both of them are able to overcome and put on an incredible show. And I mean, any driver at the end of the run who's able to just get that little touch in,
yeah,
I think it's just I want to make sure the judges know I was on his door. It's like, you know, just closing out well. It's like when you leave a party and you leave your last great joke for right before you walk out the door. You want to be memorable. I know, that's what I'm saying.
It's a mic drop, man.
Yeah, probably a little bit nervous, but yeah, let's take a look one more time on this racer replay and be able to see exactly how this all goes down. Look at Odi, great job through the zone, maybe a touch shallow going through 4, and maybe a touch shallow going through 5. Now that we're getting a few more replays in, maybe Jack's got a bit more of an advantage. I mean, Odi's chase game was incredible, but now we're starting to take a look again. I think maybe there was a bit more for Odi to be able to pick up, especially on the lead. So track might be tacking up just a little bit.
Is the best. Go ahead. What are we looking at here?
Yeah, so I really want to highlight here the way that Odi is able to utilize this zone. So I'm going to get the live stream team to hold up here in just a second, but let's see how Jack comes out. And right about here, let's pause it real quick. And you can see, I mean, Odi's wheels are pointing out all the way this way. And what happens is as Jack is loading the car up and able to shoot out over to here, Odi actually starts to tuck in and come around through that transition. So now as we play, you'll be able to see how Odi's able to use that to catch that transition back through. It's incredibly difficult to do something like that. And normally you're going to want to fall back in the chase through transitions. But instead, I mean, Odi's kind of using that momentum to come back around. It also comes down to Jack's on maybe a different line than Odi would normally run. But man, you have to have so much commitment to pull something like that off. And yeah.
Also trust.
Oh, just so much.
Because there could easily be a hiccup, but this is the refinement. This is the refinement that we are looking for. So here we go. Slide them left one more time, and Jack Shanahan gets a vote, and one more time. They're going at it again. One more time. Frederick Osbo will lead in that Rockstar energy drink. Toyota GR Supra. And Dylan Hughes tip to tail in the BMW. Now right under the bridge, well done by Freddie. Steady Freddie. He talked about these new kids on the block. Dylan is by no means a new kid. He has cut his teeth. He is, I wouldn't say a veteran, but he is a staple in the Formula Drift Championship.
Yeah, Dylan, I mean, he's been around the block. I remember seeing him come up through the Pro 2 days with Travis Reeder. Great era through there, and he's really developed and he's gained a lot of patience as a driver, and we're seeing that here in the chase. I would love to see Dylan a little bit closer through a lot of these zones, but he doesn't overcommit. He's kind of leaving this up to Freddie to make a mistake when he chases. So you can be super aggressive, you can try all this crazy stuff, but unfortunately, a lot of the time it leads to a mistake or to an accident. It's a high risk versus high reward, and Dylan opting to play back just a little bit throughout the chase run. Now Freddie out front, phenomenal lead run. It's what we'd expect. He's just laying it down. It's so locked into his brain now how to put down a solid lead run.
As far as the nose of the Supra kind of transitioning, taking out Matt Field, would hate to see that, but we saw it earlier in his transition, execute it so flawlessly against Hiroya Manoa. Can he do it again? All right, he's going to need to get that good proximity. That special sauce goes Dylan Hughes, that royal purple GT Radio O'Reilly Auto Parts BMW. And there it is. That's what we come to expect. So Freddie does have good proximity, but he's not exactly mimicking the angle. There he is, darting in on the inside.
You can start to collect more and more information. Right off the bat, I thought Dylan Hughes' initiation took a hot minute. It really felt like he hung it out there, and Freddie does a great job of adapting to it. Now, Freddie's really got to pull back on it, but that proximity there looks great, and he's expecting Dylan to fire off, and it doesn't happen. That's where you see Freddie surging back and forth. He's almost looking for Dylan to kind of shoot out, but Dylan's still skating way wide. But look at how long that initiation is from Dylan. The upside is he does a great job through the inner zone, does a great job through the next outer zone, but he's holding for a long time, and Freddie gets caught pretty tight on the inside and has to surge back and forth, but keeps that proximity. It just isn't super clean. So we'll see how this ends up playing out, and yeah, go from there.
This might go one more time as well. I mean, that is a very potential option right now. You know, we could take a look. Look at that underneath. Again, Freddie gave him a little bit of room there on outside zone 4. And that right there, out going from 5 to 6, Freddie, he did have proximity, but it was that kind of stabbing, not mimicking the angle.
So he just didn't have that opportunity.
And there we go. Frederick Osbo gets the win. What's your favorite ska band?
Muddy Boss Tones. I mean, I think you kind of just lean into.
Have you ever heard their version of Simmer Down? Simmer Down.
Yes.
Dude, that kills. I have that
John
on CD
Stones
single.
be another good one. A little more.
Bucko 9 from San Diego.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's ska our way in. Oh boy, we got a little hood lift there from Jack Shanahan. Looks like that thing popping up, throwing a little gang sign once again, and there it is. Look, he dropped into formation, but he had to back out. So it didn't end up paying off for him this time. We were highlighting that as something of master class, but it ended up biting him on this execution.
There's a couple of weird things in that run. Not what I was expecting, but here we are. So we'll break it down once we get into our replay. But yeah, both of them had some real interesting moments. So let's take a look. Odie trying to go tip to tail on initiation. Jack doing a good job. And as he comes out to this zone, he catches the wall, but Odie, same thing, gets caught out, and then Jack just cannot extend. He is pushing that car as hard as he can to get out to 5, but unfortunately he just doesn't make it out. I don't know if it doesn't have the momentum. I don't know if it's coming down on horsepower. I'm not sure what's up, but it's not in a great spot. So we're gonna see how this all plays out. But yeah, just a real weird one from both drivers. Yeah, just strange. So I'm not sure why Jack wasn't able to get all the way out. I'm wondering if maybe, it's still shocking, it's still a surprise, but he's an incredible driver and he's done amazing things already. It's just adding to it.
Odie Bakshi's out front, field suspension, BRZ. You see him transition in. Jack Shanahan, does he have the power? He talked about maybe being down. That thing's seeping some oil. Now Odie Bakshi's outside zone 5. Jack Shanahan, it doesn't look like he has any issues whatsoever. Life support seems to be working, the adrenaline kicking in.
Odie out front looking really, really good. You can see Jack closing the gap, does a great job to time it with Odie, waiting for him to light off and holds a very good spot through there. And you can see the smoke coming out from underneath the hood of Jack Shanahan. We're gonna have to take a good look at the course, make sure that he's not dropping oil. But when he got really on the throttle, there was a fair bit of vapor popping out from under the hood. Take a look right by the windshield there of Jack. I think especially through this section, you might be able to see it. Yeah, smoke's not supposed to come out of that part. So if this engine is even still ticking, I would be absolutely shocked. But Jack Shanahan putting on, a brilliant effort.
You know, he saw both runs. He was right there. So here we go. Slide him left for Odie Bakshi's right for Jack Shanahan. And Jack Shanahan gets 2 votes and 3 votes. Shanahan gets the victory.
Wow.
To Bone Thugs and Harmony to Steely Dan.
Now you gotta put
every other song is a Steely Dan song. Here we go. Speaking of Steely, speaking of Dan, here comes the Dan band. We're talking about Mr. Shanahan and Mr. Richards coming down into under the bridge where he drew some blood. Let's go, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Oh boy, Cole saves it from the wall. And Shanahan talking about Connor brings it on home. I think Cole got lost in the smoke, and that could have been way worse.
Check his pants, because holy, that was crazy. So let's take a look here. I mean, Connor's on it. He's absolutely on a heater. Now Cole's starting to try to close that gap.
Bump.
And he boops it. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that could have been so bad. And that was, and at first glance, I would say that Cole was at fault.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. I do think that's on Cole. Cole needed to have shot back before that run, and unfortunately he was not able to. So let's take a look here. So we'll see, you can see Cole pretty much on the inside, and then we can pause it right about here. So at this point, Connor's going to be shooting out this way. Cole's got to hit the brakes. He's got to stop at this point because he's so far on the inside. If he starts to add more throttle, he has to keep going the same direction. So now as we start to play, you'll be able to see how this all works out for him. As we can pick things back up in the production truck. And right there, just that circle, you can pause it again, right there. Oh, that shows you just how close Cole is to the wall. It is so, there's absolutely nothing between him and the wall. It's wild. Sorry, I'm still learning this telestrator, but man.
That could have been really bad.
That could have been real bad. But Cole able to salvage the run, but at this point in time, Connor Shanahan, he's already making his way out, and there's not much that Cole Richards can do other than think that everything's all right.
That means he will grab that third podium spot, but he will not do battle, so Osbo is forced to go to the finals. Boo-hoo. Here we go as Richards and Shanahan. Remember, this is the second battle of this battle, the second run of this battle, as Cole Richards and Shanahan going at it. So Cole Richards, you saw him make that contact earlier with Shanahan, and now brings it on into that final zone. And there it is, Richards or Shanahan. Did Shanahan do enough? Did Cole Richards do enough to offset, that contact, that mistake? But regardless, like Connor said, what a guy, what a dude.
Yeah, and I think there's a massive portion of fans right now that have just become Cole Richards fans.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, that's such a massive win for him. It's going to be tough to say. Honestly, I would have liked to see Cole get a little bit further out to that zone, but you get the car realigned, you do everything you can, but mentally it can be really tough. You come off that, you've got to go for this crazy run. And as drifters, a lot of them just default to, I want to try and outrun the guy behind me. And Cole, it feels like maybe that's what happened, or the track was tacking up a little bit more, getting a little more sticky, but he really wasn't able to get all the way out. You want to do your best, but that's how the cards are played. Yeah,
don't think it's enough, and it is now officially not enough, but Connor Shanahan gets the win. So it'll be 2 Shanahans on the podium here at Formula Drift Long Beach. Cole Richards just a bit outside 4th place. Pat Gooden
Congrats
up here.
In Connor Shanahan, who is absolutely on form. Kind of a Phoenix story here, able to get that rebirth and back into it. But right now, if I can take your words, let's lay back and listen to Frederick Osbo.
Freddie. We might see him at Steady Brewing later on because he is doing just that. Steady Brewing, the official brewery of Formula Drift Long Beach, for the post-event meet and party on 2950 Clark Avenue. Go and look it up on your phone. Steady of the FD Championship. There it is. Connor Shanahan, Frederick Osbo. The finals are set. You know, really kind of formulated with Tanner Faust and the way he could turn it up. Shout out to Tanner Faust if he's watching. Love you, homeboy. Thinking about you. Here we go. Connor Shanahan out front in that Jerry Yang Racing and Juku Racing Red Bull 86. Puts it out there. Just narrowly escapes that back wall and now going into the outside zone 5. Now transitioning into the 2 outside and then inside zones. There it is. Textbook. Clinical. Well done there by Frederick Osbo and of course Connor Shanahan out front.
Yeah, and this is where, I memean, this is where you have to decide. Do you take a risk? Do you try something crazy? Do you go in for a big dive, or do you try and play the odds a little bit? And I feel like both of them are riding the edge of that. They're going out to the walls as the crowds, I mean, absolutely erupting here as they come back around. Each driver's going all the way to the wall. Frederick Osbo, I mean, he's running a great chase game. He has to hold back at that last second. I mean, it's a good transition, but maybe not the most aggressive transition. So it's weighing out the risk of how hard do you push right now. Do you want to throw it all away for glory, or do you try and hold back just a touch? And I mean, it's so even all the way through this right now. And when we swap it around, I mean, Connor, we know, is arguably one of the best chasers ever. But Freddie,
you got to think it's a rookie year it's a freshman year for him in this vehicle.
Yeah.
So how much can he trust it?
Exactly, and Freddie's got one of the best leads we've seen. He's so consistently fantastic. So, I mean, it's coming down to this.
Like I said, they just tick it up. I'm talking about the Papadakis camp and obviously the respective driver, previously Tanner Faust, and then now Frederick Osbo. He just has that ability to ratchet it up and just tighten the belt and just create this pressure cooker of competition. So here we go. Frederick Osbo now in front. Rockstar Energy Drink, Toyota GR Supra. Connor Shanahan chasing him down. Who's going to come out on top? Are we going to get a victor? As Osbo, massive angle into outside zone 3. Into outside zone 4 goes Frederick Osbo. Now Freddie going to outside zone 5. Connor Shanahan tucked in nicely in that pocket. And here comes Connor in that chase. And look at that, rubbing his race. And yes, sir, grinding on his door. Little Irish grinder. Yes, sir. Look at that, just grinding on his door. Wow.
Yeah, and this is what we expected. We knew Freddie out front was going to be textbook. He's going to be perfect. That is what he does. And we knew Connor Shanahan was going to be absurdly aggressive in the chase, and that is what he did on that run. I mean, I'm so pumped for this replay because this is exactly what we expected to see on it. It's wild. It's two of the best drivers in the game going head-to-head in one of the most difficult tracks in the history of drifting. And look at this. Oh, man, Connor with the dives. He times everything so well. And Freddie is just giving him a perfect lead to be able to do this. So that's the give and take with this. And there it is. That Irish goodbye all the way around, just shoving him off track. The final blow as they come across the line. I just love it. Little tap there, too. I mean, Connor's about it. He's dirty boxing the whole way around.
Irish goodbye is like when you don't say goodbye. You just leave. Yeah. This is an Irish hello, like, hey, let's party. Like he came in, kicked a hole in the speaker and says, let's party. So do we have a victor? Is it go one more time? What do you guys think? Is it Frederick Osbo? Is it Connor Shanahan? Wow. Wow, the crowd erupts. Or are they going one more time?
See, I'm all right with that. You paid the price of admission. Let's get on with it.
We'll bring them down here, right here in the center of the track, and we'll announce the winner if we have a winner. Make some noise for him. Frederick Osbo. Oh, look at this. It looks like they're getting in their cars. Looks like we might have a winner. It looks like we have a winner. Again. Get out your phones, kids. He's seen a lot of turmoil, and now he is your winner here. Round 1 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship of the streets of Long Beach is... Connor Shanahan gets the win! Connor Shanahan, 2-1. There was a one more time, and 2 of the judges said that the Irish driver is deserved of the win. That means Frederick Osbo gets second place here at round one. The Rockstar Energy Drink driver gets second place.